Whether or not you have COVID-19, you have undoubtedly experienced pandemic symptoms. Guidelines for maintaining a certain distance from others and directions to stay at home have momentarily increased loneliness for almost everyone. In response, a lot of Americans have bought or adopted pets. One of the few positive aspects of the pandemic has been the unexpected increase in pet motherhood. Therapy animals have had an unanticipatedly lonely year, while shelter pets are finding new homes and possibly enjoying confinement. The doors of nursing homes, hospitals, and other facilities that frequently host animal therapy programs have been made to close. Many elders are now facing a deeper level of loneliness as a result of this. They are not only separated from their families, but also had to forego such a powerful depression-fighting tool. Fortunately, a new kind of animal-assisted treatment is becoming accepted by many institutions. There's a reason why our pets hold a special place in our hearts. Everyone who has interacted with a friendly cat or dog can attest to their ability to uplift mood. According to research, dogs don't merely serve as a placebo. Pets have been demonstrated to aid in lowering blood pressure and cholesterol levels, as well as stress and anxiety. We are going to explore about robot-assisted animal therapy, the future of pet care, robotic servers, surgical robots, pneumatic-powered robotic systems, and even robots that fight crime probably come to mind when you think of robots. However, the use of robotics has steadily increased over the last few years. Doctors are now deploying a brand new fleet of robots for pet therapy with patients who suffer from mental health issues like dementia and chronic loneliness, among other things, thanks to the advancements in medical robotics. People have reportedly found animal-assisted therapy to be effective at preventing loneliness, lowering depression, and coping with stress. For a patient receiving hospice or home health care, a pet can potentially be a hardship. This essay will concentrate on the use of robot pets as therapy for mental diseases. For senior citizens, animal therapy might be extremely beneficial. People with dementia and Alzheimer's disease frequently see a quick improvement in their symptoms after participating in animal-assisted treatment programs. Animal companionship is also the ideal cure to the loneliness that is frequently a part of institutional life. You might be able to remember the pet RoboDog 3000 if you've seen the movie The Stepford Wives. The development of new, increasingly realistic, and complex robot toys, frequently made for kids, has been influenced by that robotic dog and similar inventions. Numerous of these inventive robots have adopted the appearances of dogs, cats, and rabbits, three kid-friendly animals that may be just as adored by adults. The desire to produce robots with an extremely high level of realism drives manufacturers. These aren't the battery-powered, waddling $10 toys of the past. These sophisticated robotic inventions, which mimic the behavior of animals like dogs, are not just making their way into high-end toy stores, they also serve a vital therapeutic role in the management of a number of medical illnesses. Even though it might seem that robotic dogs are still a thing of the future, they are actually a reality today and are assisting those who are afflicted with major medical ailments. COVID-19 has opened a window and closed a door. Despite the decline of traditional animal therapy, the creators of robotic pets have spotted a new market. Formerly a costly curiosity, robot pets are now a crucial component of treatment programs in several states. These dogs, cats, and seals act in ways that are similar to those of the real thing. They exhibit affection, respond to touch, and even have their own heartbeats. Organizations like the Alabama Department of Senior Services have developed a fresh interest in these unusual species since the outbreak began. They are motivated by research that have been conducted over the past 10 years that link robot pets to enhanced happiness, less anxiety, and increased socializing. Companion pets are certainly enjoyed by families of those living with Alzheimer's disease or any form of dementia, a spokesperson for the Florida Department of Elder Affairs said. The pets have also become increasingly popular with many older residents who find comfort in them during this time of social distancing. At the moment, similar programs are being run by state agencies in Pennsylvania and New York. Since the middle of the previous century, simple battery-powered children's toys have been developed in large quantities. Most people have seen mass-produced toys at big box stores and huge chain toy stores with their plastic components and batteries not included labels. In actuality, these basic toys are still popular with the target market of young children. However, manufacturers have attempted to improve basic toys that resemble animals throughout time with the aid of robotics and software developers. Because video games are becoming more realistic, makers of robots have taken futuristic ideas and applied them to the actual world. Additionally, they aren't only for fun. Clinical applications for it in particular, robot dogs have gained more and more support in the medical and scientific communities. Diesel, an animatronic dog intended to teach medics how to take care of actual military working dogs and their handlers, is proof that even the military has created its own robot dogs. Robot dogs that take patients' vital signs are now being tested by MIT, Boston Dynamics, and other partner organizations, with a focus on COVID-19 patients who are very contagious. But these dogs nevertheless have a robotic appearance. Recently, researchers have started looking into how well robotic pets work outside of institutional settings. To put it mildly, the outcomes have been promising. One noteworthy study, co-sponsored by AARP, examined senior citizens who identified as lonely. According to one of the study's co-authors, Charlotte Ye, their mental health, sense of purpose, and optimism improved. These tests have been participated in by Hasbro under its Ageless Innovation brand, and the company is still looking for new collaborations. Robotic pets, however, have drawn criticism from some experts who believe they are unduly misleading. A San Antonio-based elder care specialist named Sister Imelda Moorer bemoaned the ethical dishonesty of robotic pet therapy. Such views are still rather uncommon. While not quite as good as genuine pets, robotic pets are nevertheless adorable and cuddly. Seniors and their loved ones will particularly value how low maintenance they are. While many older animal lovers find the responsibility of pet motherhood to be too onerous, almost anyone can take care of a robotic companion. When compared to the expenditures of caring for a living, breathing animal, pets, like the well-liked joy for all cat and dog, are incredibly expensive. Additionally, several insurance companies now pay for the expenditures associated with robotic animal therapy. Over the next 5 years, expect these animals to evolve at a startlingly rapid rate, as will our connection with them. The idea that a moving stuffed animal can provide any therapeutic assistance may not be one you readily value if you have a family one who is afflicted with Alzheimer's disease or dementia. But research seems to support the opposite. Also keep in mind that there are various kinds of robot dogs and cats accessible. Some of them are so lifelike that patients' families might not immediately recognize them as robots. The Tombot robot dog, which has numerous movements, was created with 16 motors. It is capable of responding to speech and touch. Even the difference between soft and rough contact can be detected. Tombot raises his ears. It wags its tail. Patients who might otherwise be unable to care for a live pet any longer can engage with it in a lifelike manner. There are various robot animals available today, many of which are marketed expressly for dementia patients. These robots' prices and skills differ, but based on clinical studies, they show promise for families looking for anything to calm their loved ones. Of course, the main drawback of these robot pets is that they aren't the genuine thing, the cozy, affectionate, impulsive animal. Families are aware that the actual thing isn't always appropriate for patients whose physical and mental health are deteriorating. The fact that robot pets are not really live, breathing creatures is their main advantage. Patients cannot unintentionally hurt a living animal. They must remember to give it food and to let it out so that it can exercise and discharge itself. Even in cases where dementia patients are cared for at home, it can be challenging to take on the additional burden of pet care. It is impossible to care for a living animal in a clinical or medical environment. Unfortunately, robotic pets are allowed in clinical settings where live dogs and cats are not. The use of robots in medical settings is a growing trend that has many professionals enthused. They can observe firsthand how patients unwind when sat next to their robotic dog or cat. Studies can't quite measure the smile that even a mechanical dog can give to someone who has been sitting for hours in misery and has forgotten the names of their own children, but it is nevertheless palpable to anyone seeing it. Having a robot companion to cuddle makes patients happier, and the goal of technology is to make our lives simpler. Robots like Tombot demonstrate that this is true even in circumstances that were perhaps unimaginable 50 years ago, when these basic battery-operated toys were originally offered for sale to the general public. To watch more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to leave a comment too.